Welcome back to Witchin' and Whining. My name is Miranda. I'm your resident witch.
And I am Crystal, your resident, well, wino. I tried to make a pouring sound, but it's Sunday, so they don't sell wine on Sundays in the South. So I have the pina colada that was in my fridge. And,
It just sounded like a plop.
it was more like a plop.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Today, our episode is about unexplained events caught on camera or in pictures. There are countless amounts of these, because the hard part is definitely deciding which ones to do.
Yeah, I had to narrow it down. I have quite a lot, but most of them are very, very short, because they're just short events that happened.
Exactly. And what's really great about this is that means there's going to be a lot of pictures and or videos that you guys will be able to see on the Facebook page.
Oh, yeah. All of mine are from videos, and I will be telling you at what minute and second that these particular stories come into play.
Oh, gosh, that's going to be exciting. I cannot wait to see, too. So, the first story I have is actually a photograph. And this is a photograph that I have seen circulating on the social media couple of times, so it should be familiar for a lot of you. It's the spaceman. This is a little photograph of maybe a 3 or 4-year-old girl in a cute little dress out on a grassy hillside, and behind her is what looks to be a spaceman just sitting there. Looks like somebody in an astronaut suit. So this photo was taken in 1964 by a man named Jim Templeton. And as many parents do, he just wanted to take a picture of his little daughter, in the English countryside. He took a few photos of his daughter this day, and this was the only photo that he took that had this apparent spaceman standing in the background. And he was adamant in saying that there was no one else on that hillside that day. So it's just like, what the heck? Where did this come from?
So he didn't see the guy when he was taking the picture.
Exactly. He did not see the guy when he was taking the picture. Some people think that the image was overexposed, or exposed over another image. I don't know how it is, but nobody has been able to prove that it was a hoax. Nobody has been able to prove that the image was tampered with or overexposed or anything like that. In fact, Kodak, the company, even offered an award to anybody who can prove that that image was fake. And nobody came forward to collect it, ever. I mean, to me, it's kind of pretty creepy because the image is very, very clear. And I'm like, oh, gosh, what could that have been? Some people, of course, think it's maybe a guardian angel or a ghost or who knows, honestly. But, Jim even took the photograph to the police, and the police said there was nothing odd about it. And I don't know why he took it to police, there was no crime, but I don't know. Anyway, that was just what he did. And, sorry, brain fart. And after the photograph was posted and published, in a public manner, he started to get weird occurrences in his life. Not supernatural occurrences, more like, oh, I can't believe this is my life now. Leave me alone. It was real life people just being ridiculous. So, of course, he started getting bombarded with tons of letters and phone calls about oh my gosh, that's a spirit of so-and-so, or oh my gosh, that's a guardian angel, or your daughter is psychic, she just doesn't know it. He was just, getting bombarded with all of this. He also apparently got a visit of 2 Men in Black type people, and they had asked him to take them to the spot where the photograph was taken. And Jim said that they only referred to each other as the number 9 and the number 11. I mean, that could have just been anybody messing with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That could have just been some random people saying, okay, let's see if we can, whatever. But something crazy about this, a crazy coincidence in my opinion, is that on the other side of the world, in Australia, there was going to be a missile test. but the missile test was aborted because there was a worker that said that he saw two men in the firing range. And the photo that Jim Templeton took of his daughter had made it all the way to Australia in the front page of a newspaper. And the worker who saw the picture of Templeton's daughter was stunned because he said that the figure in the photo matched the figures that he saw on the firing range. Interestingly enough, this all happened around the time of the space race between the Soviet Union and the United States. So, of course, this picture and that story gained tons of popularity all over the world, and it's honestly still boggling the minds of many investigators today. It's a fascinating story, especially with, like, the whole coincidence of the Australian thing. However, there was no, like, picture evidence of the Australian people that were on the firing range for the missile test. The only like video evidence of the missile test was like a video, and then there was like a light glare or something in the video.
Yeah.
But there was nothing else. So yeah, that's a little story of that cute little girl in a little sundress and
cute, holding her little flowers.
Yeah, holding her little flower.
Okay, I will go next because before we started recording, we decided that I had more, so I will do two, and then you'll do one, and so on. Okay, so this first one that I have is from a YouTube video called 11 Mysterious Videos That Cannot Be Explained from YouTube user Slapped Ham. And if you haven't heard of Slapped Ham, well, a lot of these stories are coming from his videos, and I really like his videos a lot. So if you haven't heard of him, check out Slapped Ham on YouTube.
Slapped Ham.
So at about 3 minutes and 8 seconds into this video, you will find this story. It is from 2003. It's a CCTV footage from some unknown hotel. So it's a hotel. They were hearing screaming, or they were getting reports and from concerned people in other rooms saying that there are screams coming from room 209. And 209 was an empty room. Nobody was staying in 209. So the hotel sent up one of the employees, and you can see him on the camera. He walks down the hall. As he's walking down the hall, you can hear very clearly on the camera screams, like blood-curdling screams. And then he gets outside of the door and he hears it, like it's still happening. And it sounds like somebody getting murdered or something. They radio and they're like, okay, so what's going on? He's like, yeah, they're screaming. They said not to go in until the police arrive. And he was like, F that, if someone's getting hurt, they need help. So
yeah, of course.
He goes into the room anyways, and he has a flashlight in hand. He goes into the room. He finds that the shower is on. All of the furniture in the room is flipped over.
Ooh.
And the carpet is ripped up, but there's nobody in the room. And what's really crazy is as he's in there looking through the room, you clearly see a ghostly white figure leave the door and go down the hallway.
Dude, I heard a car in your background, and it was like perfect timing.
I know. I was wondering what the heck that sound was, because it geared up, and then and then I realized what it was. It scared me. But he saw. There it goes again. What is going on? Oh, it's my father-in-law. He's here on his motorcycle. Okay. So the ghostly figure leaves the room, and as it leaves the room and goes down the hallway, the lights flicker.
Oh gosh. And that would freak me out if I was the worker.
Yeah. And it just blew my mind. So that's my first story. And my second one is from the same video, Slapped Ham, 11 Mysterious Videos That Cannot Be Explained. And it is at 4 minutes, 58 seconds. It happened October 14th, 2009. 2 witnesses claim to have seen a large triangular object hovering above their hotel. They reported the incident to the authorities. After they made the report, 2 men in black suits and hats can be seen on the camera entering the hotel. And the men in black asked to speak to the witnesses, but they were told that they had already left the hotel. The staff members that these men spoke to said that the men were very pale. They had no eyelashes or eyebrows, and they looked
That's
like they were
creepy.
wearing wigs. And they were identical to each other.
What?
And they had very large, deep blue eyes, and they never once blinked.
That's unsettling.
Yeah. The video commentator pointed out that one of the men in the video seems to have trouble keeping his feet straight as he walks. And as he's walking, it looks like he's walking with his feet straight, but then it looks like one turns almost all the way inward and even a little farther. It's just weird. And, I mean, like, are they government agents or are they aliens trying to cover up what was seen?
Or maybe there are kids, 2 kids in a trench coat. Just kidding.
It makes me think of Muppet Babies. Didn't they do that, or was it just the Muppets? I don't
know. I've never seen the Muppet Babies. That kind of thing I've only seen on, like, Little Rascals.
Or, Rugrats. Didn't they do that?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, so those are my first 2 stories.
Awesome. So my next story comes from Moorhead, Kentucky, and I got this from a video. There's a History Channel show that's like Unexplained Events, so pretty much just summarizing that sort of thing. But this video is like super duper creepy. All right, so July 5th, 2022, Moorhead, Kentucky, a man caught something very interesting on his home security system. Man, I love home security systems because sometimes we be getting some weird stuff. Anyway, this man's name is Douglas Windsor McCloney III. On the camera footage, there was like a very creepy pale figure that looked like it was like creeping up in the backyard, and it was like hunched over and very lanky and walking very like slowly and carefully. It's like it's trying to sneak around, or look around without really getting caught on anything. And it was kind of like whenever you saw the video and it was kind of close to the car, you can see that it was like a smaller type of creature. It wasn't like a 6-foot man crunched over and all lanky or whatever. Like you can see the perspective using the car. So.
Let me watch that again, because when I watched it, I thought that's just like probably some creeper dude that's trying to break into their car and is just being sketchy. But
I mean, there would be some naked crackhead creeper dude if that were the case. So apparently, though, Moorhead, Kentucky is known for a lot of different types of close encounters. Like there's several alien sightings, there's crop circles, and cryptids, other things of that nature in Moorhead, Kentucky, of all places.
This dude's neck looks super long.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks like he would be naked.
Yeah.
Like you can even almost see butt cheeks.
I mean, if you speed up to like where you can see him against the car. Yeah, you
even
can see like the
stood up straight, he would
be small.
Yeah.
So where was it? Oh yeah. So some say that creature in the video that's hunched over and walking and is what is called Kentucky goblins. This is a type of cryptid that has been around since about 1955, or at least the lore and the stories and stuff go back to 1955. The first occurrence was in 1955, of course, on this farm called Sutton Farm, and it was near Hopkinsville. I guess there were many eyewitnesses at the time who reported seeing little pale creatures that were a bit lanky. But of course, in 1955, nobody had like easy access to a camera phone or a regular camera, especially on a farm, But one of the members of the Sutton family said that he even shot one at point blank range, and there was like no effect on the creature. Which I'm like, what the heck? If I were that, I'm like, okay, can we move? Like, are we in a financial place to move? Because I'm not going to deal with this. Some say that those Kentucky goblins are tied to, that they were tied to a lot of the recent UFO sightings of the time. But most people think that the Kentucky goblins are not from outer space, but from underneath the ground.
What?
Specifically, one of the entrances to their ground community, I guess, is Mammoth Cave National Park, which is in Kentucky, and it's like the largest cave system in like pretty much the whole U.S. And I'm not gonna lie, I would love to visit Mammoth Cave National Park. I always want to visit like the old kind of caves and see like cave paintings and anyway.
Well, you know,
side point.
I can't remember what the show is. It's like Apocalypse something. I don't know. I couldn't even tell you what it's played on. Anyways, it's like a historian, and he goes around to all these different countries, and he looks at these mysterious places and uses infrared and other types of technology to look inside of these temples or mounds in the ground that people are questioning. And in a lot of them, he found underground cave systems and even dwelling areas, like where people lived for years and years.
Dude. Mm-hmm.
And so it's not crazy to think that there are still people somewhere underground and they have developed in some strange way.
Yes, exactly. And that also makes sense. Like going off of there is like them looking all kinds of pale and lanky and stuff like that means it makes sense because a lot of creatures that live underground lack pigment because they don't need to protect their skin from the sun. Like there are many real creatures and reptiles and other animals that live in darkness, and they're also very pale because
and they don't
need to be for the sun.
They don't need clothes, so that's why they
exactly. Exactly. But yeah, so that's my second story.
Okay, so the same video I've been talking about, again, that's 11 mysterious videos that cannot be explained, at 9 minutes and 46 seconds, you will see a story about Ching Tai, China. And it's super short, but it's freaking crazy. So there are two white vans. One is stopped at a very large intersection right before the crosswalk, and the second one is coming up parallel to it from behind. And so it's coming up to it very slowly, and it slows down at the intersection, and just as it's starting to cross the crosswalk, something makes both of these vans fly into the air. I mean, like, out of nowhere. Nothing, you can't see, you can touch them. They just fly into the air, and one of them even flips over onto its side. It's such invisible force. In that same video, at the 14-minute, 30-second mark, there's a story that occurred in 2015 where an entire cityscape appeared in the clouds.
What?
Yeah, in the clouds.
Dude.
Above Foshan in the Guangdong province of China.
I think I heard about that, actually.
Well, because it's not the only time it's happened.
Of course not.
In other places, I guess, too. But in the video, you can see the cityscape floating in the clouds. Like, you see little windows and everything. And, gosh, my dogs now. But it was witnessed by thousands of people. And the event even made the Chinese news. So there are theories. One of the theories is that it is part of a top secret NASA project called Project Bluebeam. And apparently that's...
Yeah.
Oh, so you've heard of that.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently it's technology that reportedly can project large-scale holograms into the clouds. Because, that's completely useful and necessary. And we want to spend all of our billions of dollars on that.
Well, yeah, the theory is that Project Bluebeam is like trying to fake like an invasion or fake things, to be able to save everybody, so they can make themselves as heroes or,
Oh my gosh.
or yeah, exactly.
Another theory is that it was an open doorway to another world or universe. So.
Yeah, I mean, if you said thousands of people saw it,
yeah,
that's an insane phenomenon.
Yeah,
I like it. I want to see that video again.
I want you to see all of these videos.
I will watch the whole entire YouTube video for sure.
Okay, what's your next one?
Okay, so my next one is about this grieving mother in the Philippines. Obviously, it's very hard to think about, let alone actually experience the loss of a child. You know, how grief-stricken that can be, especially with one so young. This one, this little boy was 7 years old when he passed away.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So this funeral took place in 2016, September 2016. The little boy was apparently super duper obsessed with balloons. At the funeral, there was a bunch of balloons around his coffin, and one of the balloons had broke away from the rest of the balloons and was traveling near the mom. It touched her, and it looked like it was bouncing and rubbing against her. And, you know, the mom, of course, was just full of tears, and she was seen like caressing the balloon here and there, because she was just like immediately thinking, oh my gosh, this is my child. You know, my child is here comforting me. In an interview, she said that she felt that her son was there comforting her in the most obvious way that he could. And she said that it felt like he was hugging her. And then she got a ton of goosebumps during this event too, and it was just like an emotional, overwhelming event, you know.
Can't imagine.
Yeah. And there's been lots of people trying to prove that it was fake, and even on like the History Channel video, there's a guy who looked over the video footage and looked for signs of like editing or CGI or whatever.
She just lost her child. Why would she even want to take time or the effort and energy to create a prank?
Dude, I don't know. But people are always like trying to
and why even try to debunk it, you know? What?
Just let a grieving mother like feel comforted. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
And
let her feel comforted.
If she is faking everything and she didn't even lose a son, who cares? Just leave her alone, because it's better to be safe than sorry if she actually did.
Yeah. I mean, 'cause that's like...
Don't hurt people's feelings, man.
Exactly. You know, it's interesting. You know, a lot of people report to having like after-death communications, and I want to say, I think the percentage was like maybe 33% claim to have an after-death communication with a loved one, and 1/5 of that 33% actually has video or picture evidence. So that's interesting.
We need to do that as an episode at one point.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Picture video evidence of after-death communications.
Yeah.
That would be cool. That would be a really good one. I mean, I have a story for that, but I've already told it on here.
Oh, yeah, your grandma.
Yeah, but my grandma...
It's a good one.
But I'm sure I can find a lot more stories, because that's something that's like... If y'all want to hear that
story, go to Personal Experiences.
Exactly. It was a good episode. I like that episode. But yes.
You know the creepy paintings where they're like, it follows you when you walk.
Oh, yeah.
Their eyes follow you. And it can look like their eyes are following you. Well, in this video, also by Slapped Ham on YouTube, this video is called Scary Videos Filled with Terror. This is a little different, because it's not like, oh, it looks like the eyes are following you. It's crazy. So at 2 minutes, 30 seconds into the video, it shows a clip from Instagrammer Siga Roca Oficial. And the person videoing is in a toy aisle of a store, and they are focused on a doll in a plastic box. And as the camera moves, the doll's eyes move to follow it. And it doesn't just look like it. I mean, they really move. The camera moves left and right, and even up and down, like not just a little up and down. It goes like way down underneath the doll and way up, so that its eyes would really have to move, and very far left and right on the sides of it. So its eyes would have to move that. You know what I mean? It's not just a little movement. And the doll's eyes actually move. You can see the coloring and the pupils of the eyes get covered as they move. You know, like if you look all the way to your right, part of the coloring and the pupil is going to be covered up by the side of your head.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what happens with the doll. And so also while you're looking straight at the doll there's no white around the coloring of the eyes because the eyes are so large. You just see the iris, the colored part, and the pupils that take up the entire eye socket. So that should be all you're seeing if you think it's following you. But as the doll's eyes are following you, you see a lot of white.
I don't like that.
Because the eyes are actually effing moving.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, really creepy. It gives me the chills.
It's like one of the reasons why people are afraid of dolls.
Yeah. It's a cursed doll. Is it haunted? I don't know, but I'm second guess. I'm kind of glad my girls don't really like to play with dolls.
Yeah, that is good. That is good. I mean, I have 2 dolls in my house that are very old. One of the dolls I have, my grandma and I built whenever I was like a toddler, I guess, and I still have that one. And then I have this like stuffed doll I call Lucy that my aunt sent me when I was like 7 or 8 or something, and that's in the room. But, you know, those have been with us. Those are our good energy dolls, you know?
Well, I have a whole collection of porcelain dolls, and they've been in my grandmother's attic, and she recently passed away, and so now I have this giant box of porcelain dolls sitting in my craft room waiting to be put up.
Oof. I don't really like porcelain dolls, like, aesthetically.
I love them in my room, but I don't know, I'm a little more creeped out about them nowadays than I was back then. Okay, but...
Just cleanse them.
Yeah. Sage. But in my second one for this park, same video, 22 minutes and 5 seconds in. It's by Instagrammer owens.shaun, S-H-A-U-N, and it's a surveillance camera of a backyard. And you see a hammock. Now, I'm not talking about a hammock that's tied between 2 trees. You know those hammocks that are on a metal frame?
Yes, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, so it's hanging on a metal frame. Well, the hammock, it's turning onto its side, like as if someone's pushing it up, and it's just on its side in the air. And like someone's trying to flip it over, but they only got it to go sideways, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then, after a minute, you finally see the hammock flip over completely, and just as it does that, this white mass floats through it. I mean, very clear. Floats through it, and then it floats across the yard and around the corner of the house. Then it floats back into view and around the back part of the yard. And what's interesting is how the mass looks like a ghost flying on its stomach with its arms stretched out in front of it, and hair flowing behind it.
Someone was just having fun.
Yeah. It's just a really cool video. So
yeah, there's like
I don't know, but it looks really cool.
Reminds me of like Casper, the friendly ghost.
Exactly. I think that was one of the comments even, or maybe in the video he made that comment. I can't remember, but somebody mentioned something about Casper. It made me think of that too, because just the way it was flying around and the way it looked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
All right. My next my next story has a video involved, but also some pictures of the phenomenon. Okay. So I remember seeing this TikTok and other people commenting on it, but it ended up on the History Channel, September 2019 in England. A woman wakes up and is stunned by what she sees on the walls of her bedroom. So she grabs her phone and she starts recording. She saw like a cityscape being reflected on her bedroom walls, and she's panning around her bedroom, and the only light source is like a little crack in the curtains that's letting in a little bit of light. It's probably like maybe 2 or 3 inches open, and so she's panning from side to side. She's putting her hand in front, and you can see the shadow of her hand. You could even see the shadow of like a red car, or like not a shadow, of like a reflection of a red car that drives past her house. But anyway, this looks like a bunch of white houses in a row, but it's upside down. It's not even right side up, it's upside down. So some would say this was a peek into an alternate dimension. Some people think that it's possible connection through a wormhole, but honestly, Okay, a wormhole is basically like what, two black holes that are connected together in another time and place, I guess. However, if there was a wormhole that just popped up in someone's bedroom, the power of that wormhole would just be so massive and just suck everything right into the wormhole. So definitely, I don't think it was a wormhole.
No.
Yeah. So some experts think that the tiny crack in the curtain, actually not some, most experts think that the tiny crack in the curtains where the main light is coming from is acting as a pinhole camera. And I don't know if you ever made a pinhole camera, but the camera would actually reflect what you see upside down, just like in this video. And this phenomenon was actually recreated and has been recreated several times through like little cracks of light or whatever. So for sure, like this definitely it's not unexplained, but at the time, just imagine you wake up and you see just a cityscape or like a neighborhood reflected on your walls, and you're like, there's no projector, what the fuck? And there's just a teeny tiny little like crack of light coming through. I would be freaked out too. I'll be like, what kind of sorcery is this? What the heck? But like in general, a lot of people do experience this, and there are tons of pictures online of
I'm trying
people.
To find that one, but I can't.
I don't know, but like you can even like it is just bizarre, in my opinion, how clear some of these images are that are reflected, and then of course like being upside down and whatnot. This one was unexplained for a little bit, but has since been explained. And the cool use of a pinhole camera. What are your next two stories?
My next story is from the same video, Scary Videos Filled with Terror by Slapped Ham. It is from Instagram user WinMcPix, and it's at 23 minutes, 28 seconds. So it's a series of videos documenting the haunting of his home, and it's effing crazy. I mean, it could be faked, but the way the man looks like he's legit annoyed and legit freaked out. And the only thing that makes me question is the very end, because it's so clear. It makes me think it could be faked, but I don't know. Anyways, let me just tell you, because it's crazy. You have to go watch it, because oh my god. So, each video you could hear or see the dog reacting to the events. Like sometimes you could hear his whine or a little bark, or you see him and he looks nervous. But there's so many things going on in this house. So first, he's filming the hallway leading to the front door, and you see a human-shaped, very clearly human-shaped black mass come out of the shadow on the wall and move across the hallway into the home office right across from it. And the man on the video can be heard saying something like, "This happens all the time, over and over, and he's going to start knocking now," or the knocks are going to start now. And sure enough, there's knocking and banging coming from the office.
Oh, I think I've seen these videos.
And he's like, and it's not going to stop until I tell him to stop. So the man goes to the office, and he looks through the glass door, because it's all glass, and he tells the entity to stop banging. So through the glass door of the office, the banging stops, but you see the office chair move. And he's like, well, that's a new one. And this office chair is swiveling, it's facing away from him, but it's swiveling back and forth. And then the man opens the glass door, and he goes inside, and he turns the chair around and to tell the thing to leave. Excuse me. And the chair stops. Once he turns it around, the chair stopped, but the door behind him slams shut. And he's like, oh, nope. And he leaves the room. Well, another occurrence is the entity constantly opens the basement door, and it's really creepy. The dude will go close the door, and it'll open right back up. And you can clearly see a human-shaped shadow standing there, kind of moving up and down the stairs, like taking a step up to open it and stepping back, you know. And then even at one point, he goes to close the door and tells it to stop, and the lights are flickering. And you can clearly see this human-shaped black mass moving on the stairway. The man continues shutting the door, only to have it open again. And then one point, the man pushes the door and walks away to like just let it slam shut on its own after he pushes it. But before it shuts, it's forcibly pushed back open. And then...
Man,
The scariest occurrence is in the middle of the night when the homeowner hears banging on the sliding glass door, the back door. Now, this is the scariest part, but it's also the part that makes me question how real the videos are. So the homeowner hears the banging, the dog's upset, the homeowner goes to the back door, and you very clearly see two very white, pale hands banging on the door, open-handed.
Okay, I can see why you'd be like, okay, I don't know if it's real or not.
It still scared me to death. So
Yeah.
The man goes to the outdoor light switch, and the camera's facing the glass door, so you can see through it. You can see the hands banging on the door, and as he turns the lights on outside, because the inside of the house is dark, you can see outside very clearly. The hands disappear. Nobody is outside the door. The homeowner and his dog actually go outside, and they look around, but there's nothing. He comes back inside. He turns off the light, and he starts to walk back to his room, and the banging starts again, and he turns to see those same pale hands banging on the glass door. And there might be more videos by Instagrammer Win McPix. I don't know. You can go and check that out and see, because this is a series going on of him trying to document this, or supposedly trying to document a haunting. So if you want to go look him up, it's WYNNMCPICS. Win McPix. And then, okay, was that 2?
I don't remember.
Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That was a weird math I just did.
Okay, no, one more. Okay, so the next video is from Slapped Ham, but it's the video entitled The Scariest Cryptid Videos Ever Captured. So this is at 24 minutes, 5 seconds, and it's a video submitted to a Facebook group, Alta Extraneza, I don't know how to pronounce that, by Ignacio Alberto Rodriguez. The video opens with 2 men that are obviously on edge about something. They're high-strung, and they've armed themselves with large sticks. They think this might be somewhere in South America. They are not sure. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to get close to one of their goats, because this goat has something attached to it. And this thing that is attached to it is covering the entire underside of the goat, as if it is clinging to the goat somehow, and runs all along the bottom of the goat, and the head of this thing is like up near its neck, and near the goat's neck, and it looks like a gigantic bat or something. And it's very large, almost as large as the goat itself, and it's all black, and it has very strange features, but of course the video is not the best video, so it's very hard to see details. But after a bit, the thing detaches itself from the goat, and it heads down toward the river. Well, the even stranger part of the story is that as it detaches itself and starts to flee, it's almost as if it turns into a shadow that quickly slithers away on the ground.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty creepy.
Yes, and then the 2 men, they chase this thing down to the river, and there you see it crawling in like this strange movement over a large rock, and then the video ends.
But if it was like a weird reptile, bloodsucker thing, I don't know.
A chupacabra?
Yeah.
I don't know.
An aquatic primate.
Oh no, it's crazy. So I've got 2 more when you're done with yours, and they're very, very short, but I want to hear what you got next.
Okay. So, what you just said actually reminded me of the series of videos that I saw on TikTok, about, it was in Nevada, and I think many people, I mean, obviously hundreds of thousands of people saw this video, or this series of videos. Pretty much this family in Nevada, there's like something crashed into their backyard, so of course they were like freaking out. And then so they got their camera phones out, and like went out, and like you could even see like what kind of looks like hands trying to shut the gate, or like a little figure in the shadows. And then of course, so they called the police, and they got this on camera too, where they called the police, and then the police was out. They were talking, telling him like, hey, like this thing crashed. We got this video, la la la. And the police was like, okay, well, I'll take a look out of it, you know. And then like after that, after a couple of videos, the video just kind of stopped, and the police, whenever were questioned about it, they refused to comment. They didn't say anything about like, oh, it's not real, or it was a hoax, or it was just like an overactive imagination or anything. They were just like, oh, no comment. We can, we're doing investigations, la 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 la, and like you didn't hear anything. And even the people who originally posted it like read a script on like, a quote unquote official story of what happened, and that's all the information we have.
And wasn't there like Men in Black coming to their house or something like that, or following them around, the family?
I think so.
I think we did a story on that.
I don't know. I don't remember if we did or not.
Some creepy alien creature or something peeking through the fence at them.
Yeah, maybe we did do a story on that. My bad. There's a reminder.
I can't even remember the name of it, or if it was in Nevada or Texas or what. I don't even remember.
It was definitely in Nevada. I know that for sure.
I mean, I'm sure it could have happened somewhere else too, so maybe it's not the one we've done.
Maybe. But anyway, my official story was this really popular photo of a person who's assumed to be Freddie Jackson. So this photo has also been circulated around social media tons of times, and you guys have probably seen this too, but I think it's too cool not to mention. So this photo was taken in 1919, but it was published in 1975. And this photo is a squadron of people who served in World War I. But there is an extra ghostly face that appears right behind one of the soldiers. The ghostly face is said to be the face of Freddie Jackson, and he was an airplane mechanic that sadly was accidentally killed by airplane propellers a couple of days prior to this photo. And the day that the funeral was the day that this photo had been taken. And some people just said that it was Jackson himself because he was completely unaware of his death and, wanted to be a part of the picture too. But yeah, I also have that picture uploaded onto my Google Doc. But yeah, I've seen this a lot on social media, but I wanted to bring it in because, it's just another one of those that can't be proven to be fake.
And it's super clear.
Oh yeah.
You can definitely see the face.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so was that your last one?
No, I have one more.
Okay, good, because we haven't even hit an hour. So my next one is from somebody else. It's from YouTube user Be Amazed, and their video's titled Unexplained Videos That Give You the Chills. And at 4 minutes, 47 seconds, you see this taxi driver in Tokyo, and his door opens up. Nobody can be seen entering, but it opens long enough for somebody to be getting into the vehicle. Then the door closes. The taxi driver starts driving or whatever, and then it seems like he's talking to himself. He says something like, it's very busy on the way home or something like that. And so you think he's talking to himself, but then he enters a tunnel, and as the shadows are flickering from the tunnel, you can clearly see on his surveillance camera, you can clearly see a figure of a woman sitting in the middle of the back seat. And she appears and disappears and appears, but you can clearly see her back there.
So okay, wow. So there's a passenger, a full-on passenger in there, plus this, incorporeal passenger in the back seat.
Yeah. And you could see her long hair, it's a woman.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Well, I mean, at least it seemed friendly, just wanted a ride, right?
Yeah. And he gave it a ride.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then my last one is probably my shortest one. It is from YouTube user The Ultimate Discovery, and it's entitled 20 Scariest Things Caught on Live TV. So this is live TV. It's not doctored. And it's 2 minutes, 14 seconds in. It's a news reporter doing a regular report in Russia. There goes that motorcycle. Did you hear it?
I did, yes.
So it's a news reporter doing a regular report in Russia when a giant orb of light, like this shiny, shimmery, gigantic orb of light, appears right behind her.
Shining, shimmering, splendid.
Now I want to burst out. I want to sing that when I hear it. But you can't miss it. What? You are not drinking a Mountain Dew at bedtime. No, ma'am. Go get Olivia. Olive. No, you crazy donkey. Go get some water.
No, I want milk.
Okay, then ask Daddy for milk, but you cannot have a Mountain Dew. What are you going to say?
There was a ghost.
She covered her mouth and she's hiding her head. Okay. Goodness. She come in here. She's supposed to be asleep, and she comes in here with a Mountain Dew?
Like, no, ma'am.
Yeah, anyways, giant orb of light, poof, appeared right behind her. It's crazy. You can't miss it. You can't argue it. It happened. It was there. So.
Right on live television.
Yeah, on live TV. And I don't know how you would even try to explain it. You just gotta go watch. And we're gonna post all these videos and pictures.
I saw this crazy video of, it's not really unexplained, but I feel like it's unexplained because I don't know the physics behind it. But a guy was standing behind like a fence, and he was going to scare somebody who was coming up behind him, but it was actually a cow. So he goes to scare the cow, and the cow does like this backflip thing. I want to say, like, if I could find it, I'm going to send you the video. But I'm just like, the unexplained part is the physics behind that cow, like, freaking out and falling over and, doing this weird flippy thing.
It's like the fainting goats.
Yeah.
But a cow.
Cow. Yeah.
Yeah, if you find that, send it and I'll post it. That's funny. What's your last one?
Was that your last one?
Yeah, that's my last one.
All right. My last one is the tulip staircase ghost. Tulip staircase. Oh. The tulip staircase ghost. There we go. The picture to me looks kind of creepy because it looks like there's somebody trying to like pull themselves up, like
Ooh.
They're kind of bent, like curved in a way and trying to pull themselves up like they're falling or they're running. I don't even know. It just looks funky. But this picture was taken by Reverend Ralph Hardy and it was taken in 1966. But when it was developed, he noticed something that was very interesting. Of course, first, they wanted a bunch of experts to look at it to make sure that the original photograph was not, like, messed with. Even Kodak, the brand, apparently Kodak had a lot of stake in making sure, like, photos they developed were not faked. But nobody could prove that this photo had been faked at all.
Is this the thing that looks like it's got a robe on and it's on the outside of the staircase?
Yes.
Kind of holding on to it?
Yes.
Oh, that's clearly like human.
Yeah, like you see the fingers and everything. Yeah. This is the tulip staircase at the Queen's House section of the Maritime Museum. It's around the staircase. There are tons of sightings of unexplained figures that appear on the staircase, at the bottom of the staircase, floating on the staircase, like for hundreds of years, maybe like 300. But there are other apparitions that appear daily and footsteps that happen daily. If you go to visit, like everybody's like, oh yeah, I heard footsteps. If you're there for a certain amount of time, you're going to hear the footsteps. And people have also seen like doors close and open, and they've heard people singing and chanting, as well as like an apparition that seemed to be like mopping the floor near the bottom of the staircase. And that one particularly. Well, she apparently this maid, I guess, was mopping up her own blood because there's a story of a maid getting pushed down or falling down the stairs and blah, blah, blah. So they think that's a maid mopping up her own blood. What's most disturbing? I keep on saying, no, what's most disturbing? What is disturbing to me? I don't know if it's most disturbing, but people have reported being pinched by things that aren't there. Like, it's not somebody else pinching them. They're not getting their skin caught on a hinge or a door or whatever. Like, they're just getting pinched. And I'll be like, no. No, thank you. No, ma'am. We are not going to be pinched. Nice hands gentle hands and start like freaking gentle parenting these ghosts. Like, we don't like to be pinched.
I wouldn't doubt if a lot of people have fallen down those stairs.
Yeah.
It's like super steep and round.
Yes, steep and round, curved, and yeah.
And if you heard a noise that sounded like this, it's because my dog just climbed into my lap and stuffed his mouth on the microphone.
Oh, I don't think I noticed it, but I was also talking.
That's just my impression of Mosby. Ted Mosby. Oh, man. Was that your last one?
Yeah, that was my last story.
Man, I'm kind of bummed. I want more.
I know. I mean, this is definitely one of our shorter episodes. I feel like we had decision paralysis because we both have ADHD, so we're like, okay, let's not do too many because too many would be too much. So let's narrow it down, keep it quick,
Yeah.
And we have a short episode because we were so overwhelmed with options.
So many options. There is one more that I can talk about that's super creepy, and it's also from Slapped Ham. And it's from the video titled The Best Scary Videos of 2021 Creepy Compilation, Part 1. Shapeshifter caught on camera. And this woman could have something wrong with her legs. I don't know. But I don't think so, because she's standing normal. And then she's like waiting at a crosswalk, and then all of a sudden, both of her legs start bending completely in the wrong direction.
Okay.
It's really, really creepy.
I hate when, in scary movies and stuff, that they start doing that. Like, that really, gives me the heebie-jeebies when that's, their limbs are moving in the wrong way, and it almost looks like it's broken or going backwards or all claymation puppety. I don't know.
I'm going to send this to you through Facebook. You got to see these legs.
Gotta see them legs, huh?
If you go to 1 hour and 7 minutes and about 30 seconds, you'll see it. And it's this woman that's supposedly in the middle of shape-shifting. Her legs do not do the right thing.
All right. I'm watching the video. There's a cat in the kitchen.
Right before it, yeah. It's about to come on.
Okay.
Woman at a crosswalk.
There we go. Okay. Already the body proportions look weird in the video. Just because, could be because it's like a... No. Oh.
That's not right.
You know what? I've seen people that have double jointed knees like that, though.
But that's
not right. But it looks funky because it's like a very skinny, very sort of lanky person, I guess.
It's not okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is a bit disturbing for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, thank you all for joining us for our unexplained events and then somewhat explained events here on the side, here and there, episode this evening.
Yeah.
We definitely had a ton of fun looking up, and as we already established, we had decision paralysis clearly on what to talk about. But please be on the lookout for all the stuff uploaded to the Facebook page.
Yeah, we put everything on Facebook, videos, photos, and we put links in the description section of this podcast as well, but to go and check them out quickly, they're going to all be posted on Facebook.
Mm-hmm. And if you have any of your own videos or pictures that you would like to share with us, please send them our way on the Facebook page or at our Gmail account, which is WITCHNANDWINEN@gmail.com. We look forward to seeing the really cool unexplained videos and pictures.
Yeah. And then our next episode, I believe, is going to be about tarot.
Yes, it is. I have a few of my own personal stories.
Terribly interesting.
Terribly interesting. That's a good one. I like it.
I'm here all night.
Awesome.
But not really. We gotta go.
Yes. My dinner's almost done. All right. Good night, guys.
Good night.
And have a good one.
Bye.
those unexplainable events were crazy. Yeah, super crazy. Almost as crazy as people putting pineapple on a pizza. Mom puts pineapple on pizza.